Hello and welcome back to Shelf Centered. This is Bryce. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if this is something you eventually like. Who knows? I wanted to do as I promised at the beginning or end of last year, something like that. I was gonna do at least monthly kind of updates, and then so as to how the reading month went, and then TBRs for the following months. So how did February go? Pretty dang well, although it did completely wreck any of my TBR that I was working on before that. We'll get into it. And then afterwards, we'll do a March full TBR for the month of March and see how that's going to go. Anyway, hopefully not wrecked like my February. As for February, I had plans. I was reading actually a couple books that have now become my March plans. But because what I like to do and what I did last year was February She Wrote, and so just to focus on female authors, and so I did that. It's the easiest TBR to come up with, whereas this new TBR was actually kind of hard because I was like, wait, I'm a mood reader, but I'm trying to focus. It's so hard. I want to read everything. So what ended up happening was I focused on female authors for the month of February. It was a great month. I had 6 books read, if you count the novella that I read, which was one of them. But anyway, let's get into it here. The first was Exit Strategy by Martha Wells. That's Murderbot, I believe number 4. I'm kind of blazing my way through that series. I took a little bit of a pause just to get to the rest of my TBR, but I'm loving the Murderbot series. I thought, I was going to have some issues, but as long as you kind of know, at least for me, kind of what you're getting, which really is about the same thing each time, and just can enjoy that and enjoy the humor, then I'm down for it, and it totally works for me. What I also read was After 4. There's a book 4.5, their novella 4.5, Home, and so I was able to read that. Got that from the library as well, and it's good. There really wasn't like a ton. I think it's just more of a setup for the next one. Now, Network Effect, I believe. Network Effect is the next book in the series, which I plan to read soon as my library hold comes up, which is already done twice, and I've kind of put it off. I'm that guy. And but Network Effect is the first full length novel, I guess. Whereas I guess Home is more of like a short story, because the rest of the books so far have been novella length, very short, 150 pages, as opposed to Network Effect, which is much larger, kind of a more full length, 3, 4. I don't actually know. I know the hours it goes from about a 3 or 4 hour long audiobook to a 13-hour one. So that's a healthy audiobook. It's not my 42-hour Malazan books, which I'll get to, but anyway. But it is something. It is something. I was able to read Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee, the third in the Greenbone saga, and finished up the trilogy. That's it, and all I want is more. I know there's a novella at least, so I can read some more about hopefully the Call family. I don't know, but about the Jade world that Fonda Lee's created. It has become one of my favorites. Easily up there. Honestly, I'm having a hard time deciding which urban fantasy I like better, Dresden or the Greenbone saga, because they're up there, and that's saying a lot for me, because I love Dresden, especially the later books. So I think I might put Dresden ahead of it, but it's only a close one, and only because probably I've gotten to know those characters even better, but barely. It's up there. Anyway. Excellently done. Then I threw in, this wasn't February She Wrote, but I did throw in, just because I happened to buy this during the month of February, so actually it was end of January. I couldn't resist, so I threw in a graphic novel. Sometimes you need to pad your numbers. I mean, sometimes you just need a graphic novel, a little different medium in your reading to kind of break things up. And it was good. I have a review that I filmed for it already, and it'll probably go up when I'm on vacation in March for my kids' spring break. Trying to prep for that, get ahead of the game here. It's not like my favorite ever, because it's another one like The Killing Joke I have up there. They're just short. They're very short, but I thought it was a good one. It's definitely kind of one of those necessary reading, but we'll get to it. I'll get a review up. and it was good. It was good. It just wasn't like blow me out of the water amazing. It was good. Then I've got 2 self-published books by just amazing authors. These are both new to me, and I am so blown away by how good these books were. And so I'm trying to figure out, I've been just slacking on my reviews. I'm thinking of just putting together maybe a at one time I thought the solution was just do shorter reviews, but what happens is I sit down and then I talk about the book for way too long. The real problem is just lack of time to actually film things. And so I'm thinking, what if I just put a bunch in one video, and maybe I give 1-minute reviews for just a number of them. I've seen Matt's Fantasy Book Reviews kind of give he did 30-second quick reviews on one video, and I thought that worked really well. He had to just cut it off and set a timer each time. So I'm willing to do that. I think that's fair enough, because I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to get these reviewed. But anyway, The Iron Crown, Book 1 in the Dragon Spirits universe. It's by L.L. McCrae. It was just excellent. It was really fun, interesting magic, good storyline. I really enjoyed it. Just good characters that I'm like dying to know what's happening. I definitely missed, I'm going, I know there's something about the citrine key that I got to go figure out, that I want to read that novella or short story, whatever it is. I need to go back and read that. I think I should have read it first, but other than that, that just tells me there's so much mystery to this. There's so much good stuff. Again, I just cannot recommend this one enough. The Iron Crown was excellent. I love the cover to it. There's just really nothing bad about it. Then I read The Skin by J.E. Hannaford. That's book 1 in the Black Hind's Wake, I think is what it is. And again, just blown away. I have a good friend that was recommending this book, and I was not disappointed in the least. Just an interesting, this is most recent, so it's like definitely absolutely fresh. I literally read it or finished it right on the last day of February. And I'm blown away by how good it was. It's just this interesting, so it's this like underwater kind of mythical creatures, but so it does have some like nautical stuff, but isn't a ton of nautical really. A lot is on land. Anyway, plenty's on land too, if nautical's not your thing, but I just thought it was just a really interesting story about selkies and sirens and all these things. Like I'm kind of a sucker for like a snatched away survival kind of story, and that's how it starts out, and it totally sucked me in. And so again, I'm gonna get a review up. I keep saying that, and I owe so many reviews. Cannot recommend that one enough. You should read it if you haven't. It's good. And The Pact, I think, is already out. The second book. I'm absolutely looking forward to that. Same with Iron Crown. I think already has, or this month, the second book in the Dragon Spirits world comes out. So again, I'm getting them. It's not even a question. So that was my reading for February. It was actually some chonkers. Like Jade Legacy is actually rather large. I was kind of going, ugh. What I did not get to is Janny Wirtz, The Perils Gate. I still have that. I'm gonna read it. Did put together a TBR for March, and we will see how that goes. First things first, I've already started it. I had to put everything aside for February She Wrote, so here we are, but I'm going to read The Bloody Chorus. I cannot wait. I'm already into it. It's just good. I'm already, you can see, I got a chunk into it. It's so good, and I've just been kind of slowly, because it's like, I wanted to read it earlier. I've been dying to read this book for years, and so this is one of those where you just kind of slowly start getting into it, even though you have a TBR of other things. That's called Mood Reader Problems, and that's what I have. But excellent so far. I cannot wait to finish, and I will do so in the next couple weeks. That's what's going to happen. Then just in my Cosmere read, I'm still working on it. This is not this whole book, but I'm going to do the Edge Dancer. Edge Dancer is the book 2.0, well, it's the novella 2.5 in the Stormlight Archive. So I've already read The Way of Kings, Words of Radiance, and so now this is so damaged. I took this book planning to read, and I almost didn't at all. But I took this on vacation last year, and it got really wet, and it was already a library book pretty much anyway, so Yeah, sorry about that. Looking forward to that. That'll be great. Speaking of Sanderson, this is one I like to finish the series. That's what my goal this year is, to finish a lot more series that have been started, that I've had started. Let's cut down this list. So one of those is Calamity. I read Firefight last year, and it was good. This is one of those the like Sanderson's YA series. It's good. It's superheroes, but what if superheroes were turned immediately bad? Like if they use their power, they become bad. What happens? So it's very fascinating. It's fast paced. It's Brandon Sanderson, so you know it's going to be good. Is it going to be like, is it Stormlight Archive good? No, it's not meant to be that, I don't think either. So anyway, looking forward to finishing that trilogy. That'll be good. Then I am doing a read along. And I've announced that we're doing this Sunday, and then the following Sunday we're doing Deadhouse Gates this coming Sunday, and then we're doing the following Sunday Memories of Ice. So I'm already into this, working my way through. This will be my third time through, as I have problems, but I'm loving it. It's just already gotten into Segula parts. Segula are like my favorite thing ever. Would I want to live in that society? Probably not. But do I love reading about these people that challenge Onos Tulan, an undead warrior who's hundreds of thousands of years old, just because he looked at him funny? Absolutely. I love that. So I'm all about it. Clearly, I'm a fan already, and Memories of Ice is one of the, just universally known as one of the best ever books in the Malazan world, but also just, along with Deadhouse Gates, I would argue those are two of the top books of all time ever of any fantasy. So fight me. And finally, I have on audiobook, I got a review copy from J.R. Carroll. This is More Than a Gunslinger, so I plan to get to that. So a little bit of just kind of cleaning up house this this month. Keep this mood reader going in the right direction of finishing the books that I'm working on. Peril's Gate will be in there too. I for some reason forgot to grab the book. I do have Trader's Knot, but I will be also getting to Peril's Gate this month. That's my goal, and that is not going to get pushed away. But this is actually next one after Peril's Gate. Peril's Gate is it's a huge chonker, and so I think I was trying to get to as many February She Wrote books as possible, and so I put it to the end, and then of course did not get to it. But I am so looking forward to it. Again, does anyone else do this? I will put off just some of my favorite. I know how much I'm going to love it, but I want to enjoy it at the perfect moment, when life has calmed down, when I have just hours to read. And the thing is, I have 4 kids. I have a job that has been busier than I've ever been in this last 2 months. Do you think I found time to enjoy one of my favorite series of all time? No, I will never do that. So I keep having to remind myself that you have to just keep reading and keep enjoying in those little tidbits that you can fit in, even if you've got 5 minutes to read at night, which has really been the problem in these last 2 months. Literally, the court has appointed me to so many hearings. I am a little worn out, to say the least, and it's not all I want to do is just hearings. So anyway, what are you reading? What are your numbers for February? What are you planning on for March? Let me know in the comments below. I always love seeing what people are doing. What recommendations, because I'm always up for adding more to Mount to be read, because that's what it is. It's a mountain I have to climb if I even want to look at what I'm going to read next. So anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. Please like and subscribe if this is something you enjoy, and we will catch you later. Bye.